Jai Shri Ram. Let us learn about Vallabhacharya and Pushti Marg. Vallabhacharya 1473 to 1531. Vallabhacharya was a child prodigy. His parents settled in Kashi, but by the age of 11 he mastered all the scriptures. Vedas, Vedangas, Shad Darshanas, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata, everything. He lost his father and the family shifted. They left Banaras because of these Muslim invasions, and he came down to the south, met Krishna Devaraya. At that time, he was barely 12 years old. When Krishna Devaraya met him, Vallabhacharya was just 12 years old, but he established his mastery over all the other scholars in several debates, and he was honored by Krishna Devaraya with Kanakabhishekam. He was showered with gold coins. So, Vallabhacharya is the founder of Pushti Marga. Now, the word Pushti in Sanskrit basically means nourishment, food. Pushti, Pushtiga unnavu in Telugu. Pushti means strong and well nourished. So, what is this Pushti Marga? In one sentence, Pushti Marga basically means you are spiritually nourished by Krishna directly. That means you are completely dependent on Krishna. So, Krishna is taking care of you. That is possible only when the grace of Krishna descends on you. Right? So, now let us look at what are different types of bhakti. See, bhakti can be categorized as Maryadha Bhakti and Pushti Bhakti. Maryadha Bhakti is a term where the bhakta follows all the steps which are given in the scriptures. So, all the scriptures they talk about 9 different types of bhakti or devotion. So, in the Bhagavatam and Narada Bhakti Sutras and all the. So, Navavida Bhakti or ninefold devotion. Shravana, listening to the glories of God in his various aspects of avatara. That is one. Kirtana, singing his names and glories. Smarana, remembering him constantly. Remembering Krishna, Rama constantly. Smarana. Krishna says, Machitta Madgatah Prana, Bodhayantah Parasparam, Kadhayantaschaman Nityam, Tushyanticha Ramanticha in the Bhagavad Gita. He briefly describes. So, his devotees are always constantly engaged in contemplating about Krishna, his philosophy, his life, and his teachings. So, that comes under Smarana. Pada Sevana, serving the feet of his images. Archana, ritualistic worship. Vandana, obeisance to him. Dasya, cultivating the attitude of being a servant of Krishna. Sakhya, an attitude of friendship towards him. So, as you know, the Vedas talk about the parable of the 2 birds. Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam vruksham parishasvajate tayoranyah pippalam swadvati anashnananyo abhichakashiti. This is a Vedic mantra which says that there are 2 birds on a tree. The bird sitting right on top is looking down, and there is one bird which is hopping from one branch of the tree to another one, and it's eating sometimes sweet fruits and sometimes sour and bitter and suffering. So, this parable of the 2 birds on a tree, it occurs in all the Vedas, all the 4 Vedas. So, this is deeply symbolical. The Vedas is suggesting that God is our eternal friend. He is our eternal companion. God is not a dictator like in other religions, and God does not threaten you. In fact, Krishna is sitting on top of the tree. Now, the tree can be symbolically representing the whole world. Or the tree can also represent the human body. So, within our body, the Jivatma and the Paramatma. So, Krishna is residing in your heart. Krishna resides in your heart. So, the bird sitting on top is Krishna, and you and I are small birds jumping and hopping and getting involved and engrossed in worldly activities, and the bird on top is looking very seriously at us. The meaning therefore is the bird on top is hoping that someday this bird will understand the truth and join him at the top of the tree. So, this is Sanatana Dharma in short. Sanatana Dharma will never tell you that God will threaten you, He will send you to eternal hell, He gets angry. You see, in other holy books, at every step there is a threat. So that is Sakhya Bhava. Treat Krishna as your friend. You are free. You can treat Krishna as your child. All varieties of bhakti are possible. And finally, Atma Nivedana. Atma Nivedana is completely offering oneself, total self surrender. That means when you become a true bhakta and a karma yogi. 18th chapter, 66th shloka, Bhagavad Gita. What does it say? सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Krishna is saying, in short, this shloka basically means dedicate all your work to me. Whatever you do, offer it to Krishna. Then you are no longer held responsible. That is, you become an agent of Krishna. So you're working for Krishna. Everything that you do is for Krishna, because this entire creation is in a way Krishna's family. So when you help his family, he'll be glad to take care of you. 1866. That is Atma Nivedana. Now, if you look at Maryada Bhakti and Pushti Bhakti, Pushti Marga. Now, if you look at Pushti Marga or Pushti Bhakti, basically, in Pushti Marga, the devotee starts with the last mode, that is Atma Nivedana. Because the understanding is that grace of Krishna is the sole means of achieving spiritual progress. And of course, initiation rites are there. A mantra is given by the Guru, a mantra of self-dedication from a qualified Guru. And that ceremony is called Brahma Sambandha. And the belief is that once you receive this mantra, you are absolved of all the past sins, just like the Ganga purifies all the dirty water that may flow into it. So that is the ritual part of it. So Pushti Marga basically means one depends entirely on the grace of Krishna. So Pushti Marga, in the Pushti Marga, the person endeavors to deserve the grace of Krishna. So Pushti, like I already said, means nourishment. It means a special spiritual nourishment that a sadhaka or a bhakta gets when Krishna's grace descends on him. It has got nothing to do with eating a lot of food and fattening your body with nourishing food. So that is not Pushti. So in the Pushti Marga, on the jiva on whom the grace of Krishna descends is called Pushti. So Pushti means the Jivatma on whom Krishna's grace has descended. So Krishna has accepted that person as his own. So these jivas have an innate and unconditional love and attachment to Krishna. So that is actually a reflection of the divine favor and divine favor of Krishna. So that is called Pushti Marga. So Atma Nivedana is the Pushti Marga. Atma Nivedana means dedicating thought, word and deed to Krishna. So that is Atma Nivedana. Jai Shri Ram. So I think in brief we have understood the Pushti Marga, whose founder was Vallabhacharya. Jai Shri Ram.